Hello and welcome to another Purveyor of Lightroom quick tip. Today we're going to show you how to create, edit, save, and share Lightroom presets that you make yourself. Okay, a lot of people have asked, they want to know from start to finish, how do you create a preset? How do you save it? Where it goes? Where is it saved? And then how do I share it with other people, or, if I want to sell a preset that they make. So I says, okay, we'll encompass that all in one video. It's very easy to do. And so I chose one of my favorite things. As many of you know me, I used to be an aircraft mechanic many, many years ago. And my love for aircraft, it just never dies. And so one of my favorite pastimes when I get a chance is I love going to air museums and things like that and looking at the old aircraft and snapping pictures for the day. So what I do when I take these pictures, excuse me, I'm clearing my throat here, but when I'm taking these pictures, I'm always trying to give the illusion like this is really back in World War II, this is the way it was. And I try to frame the shots so that I can convey that illusion. I'll sometimes remove people and the fences and the gravels and go all the way out to try to make it look like it's just sitting on a runway ready to take off like it did in World War II. So I thought, okay, this is a perfect premise where a preset is a perfect solution, because if I have a bunch of photos of airplanes, wouldn't it be great to just throw a preset on them and process all the images the same way? So let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, so I have a B-29 and I am going to process this to World War II looking eras. All right, so I'm going to go to the develop module. And the first thing I'm going to do is just process it as normal. I will come in and change it to black and white. Okay. And again, I'm doing a whole process, so I'm not going to cover all or explain all the details, but we're just going to run through the process. I'm going to run right down to the black and white mix. Okay, down here. And one thing, I look at the sky. Okay, the sky is predominantly blue. I really want to darken down this photo with the blues. Okay, so I'm going to take the blue slider and I'm going to drop it down. You can see the sky is getting way more dramatic. Okay, so I've taken that, and if you look, you can see it's a tremendous difference. All right, so next, I could turn around and say, are these any other colors that I want to have changed in here? I do have some greens, okay, for the bushes and that, and I can swing them over and swing it over to see what I do if I muddy them up too much. And maybe a little bit of yellows. You can see that's affecting the trees in the back, a little bit on the fuselage. Okay, so I'm going to adjust that. And so I go through, maybe I'll give it more contrast. So I'm going to take the point curve, maybe at a medium contrast. That really muddied up the shadows quite a bit, so I'm not going to do that, okay? All right, so let's come up to the main basic panel here. I'm going to bring my highlights. I'm going to bring up some highlights into the sky. I am going to bring up my shadows a little bit. Okay. My whites, holding the alter option, I'm going to set the white point so that I'm seeing just the white there. I only have the pure white right here on the nose, and I may even take it down a little more. Okay, just to the breaking point. All right, blacks, same thing, hold the alter option, and I can slide it till I have blacks coming in. And that gives me my finished product. Okay, so let's pretend that I've spent some time. I'll put some more texture in here, okay, and some more additional clarity. and I'm done, and I'm really happy with my edit. And so now I'm ready to save this as a preset. Okay, so piece of cake, everything is easy. So I'm going to go over to the preset panel, and I'm going to hit the plus, and I'm going to say create preset. All right, now first thing I need to do is I need to name the preset. So I suggest you get really descriptive so that you know, just looking at a preset's name, what it does. And I'm going to say that this one here is Purveyor of Light World War II effect. This way, it's nice and clear. I don't have to question what it does. Okay. I could even put down that, you know, it works great on aircraft. The user preset, I like to put them in a new group so I keep them organized. So I put a new group, and then I'm going to say Purveyor of Light World War II pack. Let's say I'm going to make a whole bunch of these presets, so we'll put them in there. All right, so there we go. We have a preset name and the preset group where it's going to be saved. And now you'll notice that everything is checked on it. Okay, if it isn't, make sure it is. Okay, so this way any changes and edits I made in this preset are going to be saved. Okay, so I don't recommend turning on the auto settings because that would mean it would change from picture to picture. Okay, and you don't want that. You want a consistent effect. I make sure that everything is good, and most important is down here. Support a mount slider. Okay, right here. I want you to turn around and make sure that is checked, because that's what's really going to make your presets really flexible with a whole bunch of photos. And I'll show you that in a minute. All right, so with that checked, everything's good, and then I hit create. Okay, so all the hard work is done. And how easy was that? Our preset is right here. If I turn around and I hit reset, I go right back to the defaults. But I can now come in and go to my Purveyor of Light World War II. And boom, one click, she's all processed. So that we know it works well. And now we should turn around and do one thing, is test it on a couple of photos to see how it reacts with different photos. So go to your library, okay, and go back to your grid view and find another photo to test to see how does it work, right? How does it work out? So here's another photo. I'll go into the develop module with it. There it is. And now without doing anything, I just turn around and hit the effect. And there it is. It's all done. But you know, to me, it looks a little hot, little hot on the exposure, and maybe a little too strong on the effect. This is where that slider right here, the preset slider is right here on my top by default. Just pull it down until you move the effect how you want it, and you can adjust it. Okay, and there you go. Now we've adjusted the photo, and we can go on. Now, I recommend testing at least 6 or so photos, okay, because you want to make sure that the effect is giving you the thing so it works with the most amount of photos. So there's another photo. All right, we're going to go right to our World War II, and boom, look how great that's working, okay? So this preset is now perfect that I can turn around and save it, box it up, sell it, share it, whichever I want to do with it. So that's going into the next step. How do we do those steps? Okay, so now that we have the preset made, we're happy with the results. We've tested it out on a whole bunch of photos. We're going to come in and we are now going to right click on the preset. And we're going to say show in Finder. Okay? And boom, there it is. It's showing it in the XMP, and that's XMP is what the Lightroom is using now for the format for the presets. And so there it is. There it was made, and we are ready to go. So what you do is you right click on this, and then you say compress. Okay? and hit that, and then boom, it makes a zip file for you. Now all you have to do is take this zip file and mail it to somebody, move it to another computer, share it, email it, whatever you want to do it. Or if you're going to sell it, maybe you would upload it to a website to sell it. So I just simply take that, and then I would move it up to the desktop, and there it is on the desktop. And then I would just simply take that file and share it however I want to do it. And that's all there is. So the recipient would just simply double click on this zip file, and then bingo bango, it imports into Lightroom, and the preset is now put in. So nothing to it, very easy. And I really recommend you get comfortable with this, because presets are really handy for, like I said, just like what I did here. I mean, I have thousands and thousands of aircraft photos, okay, literally. And here's a very good example of photos that I'll edit, and I'll go, yeah, but it would look good if it was in World War II. Look at this one here. This one. Oh, look, it looks, but it's too modern day. I want the illusion, right? I want the C-130. I want the illusion that, you know, it's really old. So I go into the develop module, I hit my effect, and now I have that dated antique effect. I think it's so great. All right. So there you go. That's how to create a preset, save a preset, and as well as share and export a preset. And it can't get any easier. So guys, dig in, have some fun, and enjoy photography as always. Till next week, you guys take care.